Hey everybody, welcome to day 14 of the new mining character. Today is the final day, or I should say the first day that I was finally able to start flying the Retriever, and here's the ship in all its glory. The skills that I've trained so far, and if you've been keeping up with the series, you will already know, but I'll show you the history of everything that I've trained. So I'm not gonna go over every single one, but basically this is where we are right now, mining barge level 1. I could have trained mining barge right after industry level 5, but it didn't have a chance during that day. So instead I put the mining upgrades to level 3. This will be a skill that will be useful to you later on in any case. And what I'm training right now is mining barge to level 2, and I've actually put it down to level 3 as well, followed by the mining upgrades to level 4 and finally mining to level 5. The reason I broke down the skills in this way is, first and foremost, training the mining barge actually reduces the cycle time of the strip miners that I have currently fitted right here. And because the mining barge to level 3 will not take that much time, I decided to go this route first. Then I decided to train up mining upgrades to level 4 because I will be able to fit the Tech 2 mining upgrades. Currently I have the mining laser upgrade level 1, but with level 2 I get about 4% more in mining bonus per each module, so that will add up quite quickly. And after that, finally it will be mining to level 5. This is the skill that will take the longest to train. It will give me the final 5% yield, bonus yield to the mining, and it will be able to unlock Tech 2 strip miners for me to use. So after that, actually our mining barge will be unstoppable. The only thing after that particular skill is going up to the exhumers, but that's for a later episode perhaps. So, actually, since I started telling you about the fit of the ship, let me show it to you, that will be easier. It's a very simple fit right now. In the highs I have the 2 strip miners, in the lows I have the 3 mining laser upgrades, and in the middle slot I put the scope survey scanner. If you want to, you can put the afterburner instead, or even a micro warp drive if that's what you really like to do. I'm not sure if the CPU or the power grid will allow for that, but that's up to you to experiment with that. Personally, I really like this module right here because I'm able to see every single thing that I'm trying to mine, so that I don't waste any cycles on rocks that are pretty much mined out. But besides that, really you cannot go wrong with the Retriever as long as it's got some mining lasers and some mining upgrades. The ore hold capacity itself is currently at 23,100 cubic meters. That's huge. And each time you train up the mining barge skill, actually the ore hold will increase, at least for the Retriever. The other asset of the Retriever is that you can actually fit, or I should say deploy, 5 drones from this ship. Currently I have skills limitations that only allow me to deploy on 3 drones. So what I did is that I split up between 2 drones, the 2 hobgoblins, which are my defensive drones, and 3 mining drones. Of course it's best to train drones to level 5 so that you'll be able to deploy all 5 at the same time. But currently I'll use this disadvantage to my advantage, just in case some rats show up, and so I'll be able to deploy my hobgoblins to destroy them. And actually, speaking of rats showing up, the Retriever performs really well without any sort of modifications to the shields, at least in a 0.7 system like this one. The rats were actually unable to pretty much dent my shield at all, so I was able to destroy them no problem. So now let's take a look at the actual mining yields of the Retriever and compare that to the Venture, because now we're using strip miners, which are quite different from the mining lasers in a way that their cycle time is supposed to be 3 minutes compared to the mining lasers 1 minute. But each successive level of the mining barge skill actually reduces the cycle time, and currently, even at level 1, I'm already at 176.4 seconds per cycle. So now let's compare that to the Venture. I'm gonna change the mining yield of the Retriever to be per minute as opposed to be per 3 minutes. So what we have right now is 1125 cubic meters per second, that's per 176.4, and times 60, that's per minute. It is 382, and because we have 2 strip miners, just like we had 2 mining lasers, I'm going to multiply that by 2, and what we get is 765.3 cubic meters per minute. That's the rate that the Retriever is currently mining at. Compare that to, used to be 218 times 2, compare that to 436 cubic meters that we used to get with the Venture. So that's quite a stark difference. So actually it'll take about half an hour for the Retriever to fill up its whole cargo hold, or all 23,100 cubic meters. That's divided by 165.3, which is our money yield per minute, and that yields of course just a little bit over half an hour. It's quite a long time, but considering we do not have to warp away from the asteroid belt, that's actually great news. Because all we do is we keep on mining rocks in the asteroid belt and cutting down on the travel time between the station and the asteroid belt. And that will greatly increase the profitability of mining. Essentially, after you trained up mining barge to level 1, you can fly any of the barges provided, and that includes the Procurer, Retriever and the Coveter. So what's the reasoning behind me picking the Retriever itself? Basically, I believe that it best suits my current playstyle in EVE, but of course your situation might be different. So I can show you the differences between these three ships right away. It's just side by side. I'm going to pull up all the information panes. That way you can see right away. Starting with the Coveter, the ship is the best for mining. It can outmine any of the other two ships, particularly because it has a 4% reduction to the strip miner duration. So each time you skill up the mining barge, your cycle time of your strip miners will be reduced by 4%. It doesn't have any other additional bonuses except of course for the 5% bonus to the range, which is not that essential, but all the barges get that bonus. So what's interesting about the Procurer and the Retriever is that essentially they mine at the same rate. Procurer can only fit one strip miner, but it gets a bonus of 150% to the yield, essentially creating 2.5 strip miners, if you want to think about it that way. The Retriever, on the other hand, can fit 2 strip miners, and each of them gets a 25% bonus to the yield. So once again, it's 2.5 strip miners per ship. But one way, or one reason why you might want to pick the Procurer is that it has an amazing tank. So if you're mining in, let's say, a 0.5 system and you're having trouble with the rats, maybe this ship is a better way to go. Comparing the attributes of these two, the Retriever of course has a superior ore hold capacity. Compare it just to the 1200 cubic meters for the Procurer. But once again, of course there's pros and cons for each one, so if you want to have a better tank, you will have to sacrifice a little bit of your ore hold capacity. Because currently I'm mining a 0.7 system, maybe 0.6, and so far I haven't seen any problems with the rats at all, although I haven't gone into 0.5 system yet. But the more time I spend in the asteroid belt means the less time I have to travel to the actual station to unload my ore, meaning that my travel time is reduced and I can gain better profitability for my mining. The Coveter is very well fitted if you're actually mining in a corporation or with a buddy who'll be able to haul your ore right away, because the ore hold capacity of this ship is dismal 7,000 cubic meters. So you won't be able to hold much at all. Actually, it's probably just one cycle of each of your 3 strip miners and you will run out of space already. So you have to constantly unload your ore, which is not bad. It's great if you're in a corporation or with somebody else who helps you out, but if you're solo mining, probably Coveter is not your best choice, because you will lose out on the time traveled between the asteroid belt and the station. So that's why I stuck with the Retriever. Even though it has a lesser tank than Procurer, it still fits my playstyle quite well. And the last thing that I want to show you is all the ore that I was able to mine right after getting the Retriever, or essentially while I was making this video. It's everything that I've mined out. I think it took about 3 full cargo holds. Actually a little less than that. So trying to sell that, that's almost 9 million ISK. That's pretty much a third of the money I've spent trying to outfit this ship, and that's only in one mining session. So right away the ship will be able to pay for itself in no time. Thank you very much for watching. I was able to reach my goal of flying the Retriever in 14 days. That was the direction that I set for myself at the beginning of making of this series. This was meant to be the very last episode, but I think I'm gonna show you a few more later on. At this point you pretty much have a good handle on the mining career and can earn solid ISK from it. The only thing that's left to do is maximize all those mining skills and perhaps aim for the Exhumer if this is what you want to do. Besides that, if you haven't had experienced all that EVE has to offer, this is a good time to try out different careers. If you have any other questions or suggestions, please as usual comment on this video. Once again, thank you for watching this series, You can check out my other EVE Online videos for mining or riding in low sec. That's very easy for new characters to do as well. And please don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this one.